What if I told you one of the best Spider-Man adaptations in years doesn't feature Peter Parker, it doesn't take place in modern-day New York, and somehow it feels more like a classic detective thriller than a superhero show? Because Spider-Noir isn't trying to be another MCU-style Spider-Man story. It's a noir mystery, a crime drama, a character study. For years, comic book adaptations have gotten bigger, louder, and more obsessed with multiverses. Spider-Noir does the opposite. It goes smaller, more personal, more human, and somehow that makes the stakes feel bigger than ever. Today, we're breaking down the story, performances, Easter eggs, and black and white versus True-Hue Color versions, and why Nicolas Cage may have delivered one of the most unique Spider-Man performances we've ever seen.
This is the way. This is the way.
Welcome to Fatherly Fandom. I'm your host, Chris, and if you love Marvel breakdowns, deep dives, Easter eggs, reviews, and all things nerdy, you're absolutely in the right place. So hit that subscribe button. Your inner nerd will thank you. Alright guys, Nicolas Cage delivers one of the most layered performances we've seen in a comic book series in years. What makes this role even more special is knowing how much comic books have meant to him throughout his life. Born Nicholas Kim Coppola, he chose to forge his own path rather than rely on the Coppola name. He adopted the name Cage partly inspired by Marvel's Luke Cage and partly by composer John Cage. From Ghost Rider to voicing Spider-Man Noir in the Spider-Verse, Cage has never hidden his love for comics. This feels like a full circle moment, guys. He doesn't feel like an actor cashing a paycheck. He feels like a lifelong fan who finally got the chance to bring another beloved comic book character to life. As Ben Reilly, he's haunted, broken, determined, and deeply human. A lot of superhero stories focus on power. Spider-Noir focuses on pain. Ben isn't trying to save the universe. He's trying to figure out how to live with his past. He's carrying guilt, regret, and loss. And what makes him even more relatable is why the emotional moments hit so hard. We gotta talk about the supporting cast, guys. Lee Jun-Lee shines as Cat Hardy. Lamorne Morris brings heart as Robbie Robertson. And I gotta say, I loved him as Winston in New Girl. He definitely brings a stellar performance to this show. Brendan Gleeson commands the screen as Silvermane, Jack Huston gives us a fascinating Flint Marko, and Abraham Papoula's Tombstone is intimidating and memorable. None of these characters feel like references. They feel like real people living in this world, which is so fascinating to see. I love their spin on all these classic Spider-Man characters. One of the most unique aspects of Spider-Noir is the viewers can actually watch this in two completely different visual formats. The black and white version wasn't simply desaturated. It was shot, lit, and designed specifically for grayscale viewing. It uses classic noir techniques like chiaroscuro with deep shadows and bright highlights, creating a stunning detective film atmosphere. And the True-Hue full color version goes in the opposite direction. Instead of realistic colors, it embraces bold Technicolor-inspired visuals that make every frame feel like a living comic book. Costumes, city lights, signs, and environments practically jump off the screen. It's like a splash page come to life in this show. It's beautiful. Neither version feels like a gimmick. They genuinely feel like two artistic interpretations of the same story. Now let's talk about the soundtrack. The jazz influences and noir-inspired score quietly elevate every scene. The music never overpowers the story, but constantly enhances the mood, mystery, and emotion. Now the story and the mystery. Spider-Noir embraces detective storytelling. Instead of universe-ending stakes, it focuses on the corruption, conspiracies, and secrets. The pacing slows slightly in the middle, and a few supporting characters could have used more screen time, but the mystery pays off in satisfying ways. And guys, from this point forward, major spoilers for Spider-Noir. If you haven't finished the season, now's the time to pause, watch the show, and then definitely come back to this video. One of the most fascinating revelations involves Ben Reilly's true identity. An old military acquaintance named Freckles reveals that Ben Reilly is using a false identity after escaping military experimentation. The show never explicitly reveals his original name, but it heavily hints that he may have originally been Peter Parker. For longtime comic fans, this is fascinating because Ben Reilly's comic book history is deeply connected to questions of identity, cloning, and what it means to be Spider-Man. The show cleverly reimagines those themes for this universe. Now we gotta talk about Easter eggs. The show is packed with Spider-Man references including Ben Reilly, Black Cat inspirations through Cat Hardy, Sandman, Tombstone, Silvermane, and numerous nods to Spider-Man Noir comics and Into the Spider-Verse. So why does this feel so refreshing? Spider-Noir might succeed because it stands alone. No homework, no giant timeline, no need to watch 20 previous projects. You simply sit down and enjoy a compelling story. That confidence may be the show's greatest strength. And is there going to be future seasons, guys? The ending leaves plenty of room for future mysteries. Who was Ben before becoming Ben Reilly? Was he really Peter Parker? What other secrets are hidden in his past? And guys, there was a ton of soldiers that he saved during the war, so there could be plenty of other different villains showing up from Spider-Man in Spider-Man Noir. I'd be surprised if it doesn't receive additional seasons, and I'm excited to see where this story goes next. All right, here's some of my final thoughts. After 8 episodes, Spider-Noir lands at a solid 8 out of 10 for me. It's not perfect. There are pacing issues and a few underdeveloped stories storylines, but Nicolas Cage is outstanding. The visuals are gorgeous, the mystery is compelling, and the standalone storytelling is incredibly refreshing. Spider-Noir succeeds because it dares to be different. I can't praise this enough, and if you've watched to this point and haven't seen it, go out and see it. Watch it in black and white, watch it in color. It's gonna be an amazing treat for you. My only qualm is that it all released all at once, and while binging is good for some, I think getting one episode per week would have been much better for this story and for people to jump on board to this amazing show. It really is incredible, and it came out of nowhere for me. It blew all expectations out of the water. So I want to know from you, did you watch the black and white version or the True-Hue Color version? What was your favorite Easter eggs? Do you think Ben Reilly was the original Peter Parker? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to Fatherly Fandom, and share this video with a fellow Spider-Man fan. So stay nerdy, my friends, and as always, I will see you next time.